It's taking raw materials, sound and music, and creating something that's new and unique and vibrant in the context.
The idea of taking pre-existing material and using it is an old one. It's ancient, it's revered, all kinds of styles it occurs in.
You know, this is how music exists. You're influenced by something and you build upon that idea. It's like everyone builds upon something.
Kids now for 30 years who've been able to make music, who may not necessarily be musicians, but they're able to take pieces of musical culture and record collections and digging in the crates and create new musical sounds.
How fun is it? I mean, I think it's quite a fun idea to go ahead and remind a listener of a previous, historical link. Oh, that James Brown in this context, that's interesting. Well, these samples can also get people to think, I keep hearing this James Brown, these snippets. Let me go back and really hear James Brown.
I hope that everyone involved will take a step back and ask themselves if mashups and mixtapes are really different, or if it's the same as Paul McCartney admitting that he nicked a Chuck Berry bass riff and used it on the Beatles' hit I Saw Her Standing There. And I don't think Sir Paul asked permission to borrow that bass line, but every time I listen to that song, I'm a little better off for him having done so.
Having an Afrocentric point of view.
If you don't know your past, then you don't know your future.
Word. There is something changing in the climate of consciousness on this planet.
Yauch's apartment in Brooklyn, and this has got to be 84, maybe. And he was like, oh shit, you gotta see this thing that I did. And I went into his place and he had just a tape, a tape loop running all the way around his apartment. And it was John Bonham beat, what the fuck is that? When the Levee Breaks. It's just going around, the beat. And who knew you could do that? I didn't know. He's like, yeah, tape loops, like Jimi Hendrix used to do it. Sly Stone used to do it. And I was like, oh shit, that's cool. If you could have the drum beat going, then why not have Super Sperm playing, or any of those breaks or any of those grooves or whatever. Why not, rap on those like you were just doing, a couple years ago.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger.
I believe that Beastie Boys is the first legal document to use the word sample in terms of a music license infringement. Jimmy Castor Bunch, Hey Leroy, we used their record and they sued us, which I'm sure someone played them like, that's our record on their record, how does that make sense? They were like, you should pay us, which makes sense. And so they were like, it's a sample of music and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I believe, or I've been told, that Beastie Boys was the first sample law.
It was, I think, a very poor decision at the Sixth Circuit in a case called Bridgeport v. Dimension. And it was, the group NWA had a song called 100 Miles and Running. And they took this little guitar intro, just da-la, from a snippet of a George Clinton song. I've never played it for anyone who's been able to hear that sample, where it came from. I played the George Clinton song first, the first, 45 seconds. Then I played the first minute or so, and no one has ever been able to hear it. Even the RIAA, the Recording Industry Association of America, which could easily have, they sort of are on both sides in the sense that George Clinton is a recording artist of the RIAA, and so are NWA. They could have chosen either side. They had no vested interest that I have to be with this one or that. They even said that's not an infringement.
Black police showing out for the white cop. Ice Cube will swarm on any motherfucker in a blue uniform.